Okay, welcome to another lesson of practice in basic selection and manipulations. Today we are going to learn how to use the selection tools. We're going to learn how to save a workspace, and we're going to learn how to manipulate images to create one single image. This will help us create our final project will be food face. So first, I want you to open up Schoology and I want you to go to lesson and practice, basic selections and manipulations. Then you will scroll down and you will download the four images that I have provided for you. You click on the image, then you click download image, and then you do that to all four of them. Then once you do that, then you will go to Photoshop and you will open up Photoshop, and I've already come here to this menu. Now we're going to do a little bit different of the dimensions. We're going to title it first. So I'm going to name it Flores. Let's do that. And we're going to name it Basic Selection. Basic Selection. I'm going to put 1 because I've already saved one. So I'm going to change the width and I'm going to change the pixels. We're going to save it in inches. So I'm going to have the width at 7. I'm going to have the height at 5. I'm going to have the resolution at 150. I'm going to keep it at RGB color because we're using this for the monitor and not to print. If we were to print, then we would use CMYK, but we're not printing, so we will just keep it RGB color. And then we have it white, and then we hit create. And this is our canvas. So I kind of want to zoom in. No, I want to keep it like this. Then I'm going to go open up my first image. I'm going to go to File, Open, and I'm going to click on the park. I want the park first because that's going to be my foundation. So I click Open, and there you have it. I have it. Now, I want to move this over to our canvas that we're going to be working with. So I want to select this image. So I'm going to go to Select. I'm going to select all. And then you see the marching ants around it. That means the whole thing is selected. So what I want to do is I want to go to Edit. I'm going to copy. Then I'm going to go to my original canvas. I'm going to go to Edit and I'm going to paste. And there you have it. As you see, I do not have the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Command T on my keyboard. And then I'm just going to bring it in until it fits my canvas. And I can just keep it like this. Does not have to be perfect, but I want it like this. Now, I have this up here, the chain link. If I wanted to, I can just click it, and then I can bring this in like this, and there you have it, and it fits perfectly. And then I hit the check mark, or I hit enter, and there you have it. That is our first image, and we're going to name the layer, and we're going to name it Park. Okay, so that's what I have. Now, one thing before I move on, I do want to show you some of the tools. So we have our tools here, and then we have our menus up here, and then we have our panels. So let's say for a lot of people like to just double up by clicking on these two little arrows, and we have it right here. We have a double. Me personally, I like it single, and so I just click it back, and I like to have all my tools here. Now let's say this is a workspace I like. So I can go to Window, I can go to Workspace, and I can save my workspace. If you see, I've already saved it once. So I'm going to save this Flores. Let's see. Flores 2. And save it. And then there you go. So let's say I mess up and I close my panels. And I'm like, oh, wait, what happened? I don't want this. And I come over here and I do this. I don't want this. I can just simply go to Window, Workspace, and reset Flores 2, and it'll take me back where I left off, back to the windows that I like. Okay, so that's how you do it. That's how you save a workspace. Now let's go back. Now we're going to go back, and I'm going to close this out because I no longer need it. I'm going to go to File, Open, and I'm going to bring in the dog. So here we have a dog. Click here, Open, and now I'm going to show you how to select the dog. There's a couple ways of doing it. So we have one way of doing it right here. I can go to the magnifying lasso and I can click here, and then I can just simply go around the dog, And then it will, if you notice, it's following me, it's tracing along with me. And I come here, I can go here, all the way. Pretty much I'm just tracing the whole dog. Come back up here. I'm going to hit enter so I can get a point. Then I go back down. I'm going to hit enter again. Then I'm going to come around, go back up. And then we're just going to keep on going down, hit enter, go across, hit enter again, and then just keep on. And then I'm going to hit enter, enter again. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to just continue coming up here. And then once I come to where I started, then I hit enter or double click and it selects the dog. Now let's see, I'm going to copy. What I want to do is I'm going to copy so I can go to edit, copy. Then I'm going to go to my canvas. I'm going to go to edit and I'm going to paste. And there you have the dog. So then now I want to zoom in. So I'm going to go to my magnifying glass and I'm going to zoom in. And so then I'm going to go to my move tool. I'm going to move my dog. I'm going to press Command T. I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to just make it smaller. I'm going to move it over here. Now you see that's a little bit bright. So there's a couple things I can do to make it a little bit darker. I can come over here. First I want to name it. So I'm going to name this dog. Then I can come over here to the opacity and I can just change the opacity just a little, just so it's not as bright. But if I go too much, then you can see right through it, and we do not want that. So we can go about 88%, and that's one way of doing it. Another way of making it a little bit not as bright, we can go to image, and we can go to adjustments. We can go to brightness and contrast, and then we can take the brightness down, add more contrast, and there we have it just a little bit, just so it's not as bright. And we can press OK, and there you have it. That's our dog. Now, next, one thing I do want to show you is a cool technique, something they added recently to Photoshop, is sky manipulation. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the sky. So I'm going to click on Park, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to, I believe it is edit, and we're going to do sky replacement, and we're going to replace the sky. And then we can go, there's multiple skies that we can use. I like this particular one. Then we can just change it however we want. I like it like this. I'm going to press OK. And now I have a new sky. It just looks so glim, not as bright as before. Now let's say I don't like it. I can just press Command Z, go back. I can go to edit, sky replacement. Then I can find a different one. Oh, I need to hit Park, sorry. I need to select Park, make sure it's selected. Then I go back to edit, sky replacement. Then wait for it, and then I can go to a different one. Let's see if I want something a little bit, ooh, kind of like that, but I want something like this. Click on it, and then it replaces it. And there you have it. I replaced the sky. Now if you notice, it's right here, and I can just close this up, and it's right there under the park. And so there you have it. Now I'm going to select on dog, have that as my top layer. Now I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to delete this because we no longer need it. Exit out. Then I'm going to go to open up my airplane. I want my airplane, so I'm going to click on my plane. I'm going to click, and we're going to open. Now, like I said, I want to zoom in just so I can see it a little better. Now, here's a different way to select this. We can go over here to our object selection tool. I can click here, and then I can just simply put a box around this, and then it's going to do it for me. Now, sometimes it's going to be a little bit choppy, So let's see. I want to add a little feather to it. So I'm going to go select. We're going to go to modify, and we can either feather it or we can do smooth, so it's not choppy. So I have my radius at 4. I'm going to press OK. Then I'm going to simply go to edit, copy, go to my canvas, and I'm going to go to edit, paste, and see, and it's smooth. It's not as choppy. Hit Command T. I can make it smaller. I can even like make it like it's coming. Just leaving the airport. Just left San Antonio International Airport. Press here, and there you have it. Now I'm going to click here on the layer 1. I'm going to name it, and there we have our plane. Now I want to go to the ducks, so I'm going to go to File, Open, and I'm going to click on the ducks, Open, and then I want to show you a different way where we can select it. So I'm just going to zoom in just a little, and then we're going to go click on our quick selection, and I'm going to go to quick selection, and it's going to give me this little circle with a dot in it. I'm just simply go under the edge right here, and I'm just going to go just on the body of this, and then right here. Now if you notice, I got some of this out, so I don't want all this. I don't want the grass. So then I can go up here to the minus, and let's see if this works. I can just simply just go around it, and what it's going to do is just going to bring it up a little bit more, and there you have it. Now I don't like it, so what I can do, I don't like the way it came out, so then I'm just going to hit Command D to deselect. I'm going to go to my object selection tool, and then I'm going to put a square around it, and there you have it. This is better. I'm going to edit, copy, then I'm going back to my original document. I'm going to go to edit, paste, and there I have the ducks. And of course they're too big. I hit Command T, I hit Shift. I don't have to hit Shift because I have it locked. I'm just going to bring it down, and then I can bring the ducks smaller, hit this right there, and then I have it the way I want it. Okay, so then now what we're going to do is we're going to simply just, we're going to file save because we have everything we want because we've already named it. We save it. Now we're going to export it. Let's just save it on our computer. I'm going to save it as a PDF, PSD first. I'm going to save it on my desktop. Hit save and press OK. So that way, if we mess up or anything, we can open up the document and we can remove or we can manipulate anything we have here. Now I'm going to export. I'm going to file, export, and we're going to export as, let's see what happens. We're going to export, and we're going to export as a JPEG. Export, desktop, save, and then you're going to upload it to Schoology. Okay, and so there you have it. We use a selection tool to manipulate some of these objects and to create one image. So that way, when we go and create our assignment, we know how to select certain things and we can manipulate it and put it on another image. If you have any questions, I will go around the room and ask you if you need any help. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm just kidding. Don't hit the subscribe button because there's not one. But thank you, and I will see you in class.